Hey there, welcome back to Cheeky Little Piggy Farm. This is my daughter Aurora, and we are going to show you how we are planting some potatoes in some weird spots. We are trying to find every nook and cranny on the farm to plant more stuff. Is that right?
So we're running out of room.
We're running out of room, and we need to find more places to grow more food. So we're thinking outside the box. And so, Aurora, where are we standing right now?
There's a little part here of the driveway. So we're holding that and planting potatoes.
So we've got kind of our driveway when you drive into the farm. Super busy road. Hate that. But, you know, we work with what we have. And so this is normally where my aunt parks her car, and we have our cars. But I was like, oh, this area gets some decent sun in the day. And there's just this little patch of just weeds and blackberries. So what we did was we took out the biggest chunks of the blackberry vines. I mean, they're still like all over the place. And don't mind all those cars going by. And we took the tiller just once. There's still like a ton of debris in here. But the thing is that potatoes are really forgiving. I mean, you can put them in pretty crappy soil and they'll do okay, right? We'll get something out of it. I'm also looking at this tiny little spot right here, and I'm like, I feel like I can use that for something. But Aurora's out here and we are hoeing some rows. And Aurora, what is all this?
A bunch of potatoes.
This is last year's crop, right? These are ones that we had stored in our garage, and it's getting a little bit too warm, and they have definitely grown some eyes. But the most important part about these is that we know that they were organic potatoes. They have no chemicals on them, and we can just keep growing them over and over. So the ones we planted them. That's right. So we planted these last year, and so we have a huge area of potatoes in the backfield that we've already put in the ground, like, I don't know, over a month ago, 2 months ago perhaps. And we are going to sow this area.
Big ball potato.
Hey, yeah. And if it's a little bit hard, no, that one's like, it's a little squishy. Coming right back at you. Sorry about that. We had a customer come by. Okay, so this one that she got is it's a little squishy. I could probably peel this and put it in a soup and make it so people don't really notice, but we can put it in the ground anyways. So we're both doing this in sandals because we're ridiculous. So what we're doing is just hoeing a deep trench, and then we're just laying our potatoes in.
That's what I did when I did the sandal.
Yep, she loves it. I mean, look at, there's like blackberries. It's just disgusting over here. But this is like untamed territory. Like, we could do a ton with this. So we will keep you posted on this awesome bonus potato patch. Like, I think we're gonna grow some amazing things here. So the biggest part is because we have our other patch going. Look at this road. This is not straight. That is not at all straight. Come on, we gotta maximize our space here, child.
I realized that a second ago.
We just can't find good help these days.
At least I'm helping you at all.
I know, my kids just hate it. So we have our other patch, and that one we're going to get a harvest in the fall, and we're going to pull all of those out. But this one, I'm thinking, because it is a bonus, it's going to come a lot later. So we're going to be able to extend our potatoes. And honestly, like, this area doesn't get super, super wet because we do have a big old sequoia right there. So I'm thinking we're going to actually leave these in the ground for as long as possible this winter and just kind of see what happens.
Found a walnut.
We found a walnut. And so, I don't know, maybe in like January I decide I want some potato soup. So I'm going to come out here, and we don't even have a walnut tree. I'm not really sure how this happened.
I found these a lot in the summer.
So we have a squirrel bringing us walnuts. That's what's happening here. So as I was saying, besides this crazy girl here, we might be able to grab potatoes just right out of the ground. So that's what we're going to try. Here in Oregon, it's super, super wet. We're on the wet side in boring. So I don't want them to rot. So maybe I'll take some out, you know, a couple times a month just to kind of test them and make sure they're not getting too wet. I can also put straw on top to help insulate them, but we'll see. We're just going to give it a whirl I mean, look at this giant box. Like, we have so stinking many. I think it's going to be successful. We've got like several varieties. This one has like purple inside. This one is a purple. Actually, that one feels kind of nice. And then, I don't remember what those are, butterballs perhaps. And then this was my little bucket of just little ones that I wanted to eat as like a small little like roasting sauteed potatoes, and I forgot it was in the garage. So we don't want those to go to waste. So we will make the small child work a little bit longer. She's in her PJs. So we're making it work. What's awesome about...
I keep running into walnuts.
That's okay. Don't get distracted by the walnuts. What's great about this is I actually worked the whole day at the hospital, and I'm working a double shift tonight. So I came home for 2 hours, had dinner with the kids. We're going to plant some potatoes, and then I'm going to go back to work and work a night shift. So it's going to be great. We've got tons of stuff more to do tomorrow.
And tomorrow I get to see my friends.
And tomorrow Aurora's having a play date, and I will be working on the farm. So it's a pretty good life. Yeah, well, stay tuned. I'll show you what they look like. All right, let's talk about why I did this. Yes, I am taking up a kind of like a really rotten spot that has tons of blackberries and the soil. I thought it looked pretty good actually, because nothing's been planted there. Doesn't get a ton of sun, but it does get sun. But here's the thing. In the world we're living in right now, it's better to grow as much food as you can. So if I have any little bit of space around our farm, I'm going to try to utilize it, and I'm going to try to teach my kids that you can put in some work into a space that was probably just always forgotten and was never useful on the farm, and you can grow something wonderful in it. And then they're looking, and Aurora's been doing that today. She's been looking all over farm like, Mom, I think we can plant something over there. And even if it's just in container pots, and like it's like rocks, or you already have bark dust down, dude, grab a pot, fill it with dirt, and plant something in it, especially if it's in like your flower garden. I do that a ton. We have a big long flower garden that runs in the driveway of our house, and I'll just put like pots of tomatoes in there because it's already getting watered. So why not? I mean, the worst that can happen is I get like no tomatoes, but if I get something, then it's a bonus, and it takes like no work. So this potato patch, I might not get anything. I think I'm going to. And even if I get 10 potatoes, it's 10 potatoes I didn't have before. It's 10 potatoes that are just going to feed my family. And maybe I find out that that's like a stellar growing spot. Who knows? And it's somewhere that's hidden because normally there's a car parked in front of it. So I'm kind of excited to see what we're going to be able to do with that spot. And I'm going to be taking a walk. We do a farm walk every night just to kind of see what we need to improve on, what are our tasks for the next day. It's actually kind of stressful because we always find way too many things that we want to do. But hey, maybe I'll find some other hidden spots. So Aurora and I have planted our potatoes. We got them all in the ground. We got them covered. We tried to do like trenches. It didn't work very well. So it's just covered in soil right now. And then we watered it in really well. We have to remember to water it because that area is not on a watering system. That's going to be our biggest hurdle. Gosh, I can't talk. I've worked way too much today. That's for sure. And we're just going to see what happens. And then once they come up I usually like to wait like 8 inches out of the ground. Then we're going to put more soil on them, just kind of hill it up as best we can. And then I'll start putting straw on it. So all the potatoes will be under the light level and they'll stay nice and dark. And so, because you don't want those, when you have potatoes that get exposed to the light, then they have that like green look to them, and that can be pretty toxic. So we have to be really careful, and we'll go out there every day and just kind of take a look. I'm going to be walking in my car every morning going to work anyways, so I just feel like something nice is going to happen with that spot, and I will keep you posted. So thank you for watching our potato journey. I know Aurora is very excited to be on video. So make sure to leave a comment for Aurora and encouragement, because she does follow our farm on YouTube, and she did come up with the name of our farm. It's got a motorcycle that drives by every night like a jerk, just revs it up. Anywho, Thank you for hanging out with us, and I hope you also can find some little spots in your garden, or, you know, just anywhere can be a garden. So good luck.